En los clases.
I walk out of there to prepare for the next location, the next week. Pray. But it didn't matter, because you know what? It's all the same. Hang around the barber shop. So you will have to pray. Last year, won the Tony Award. I didn't have to sing. But here's the kicker. It was at the court. It was at the same year that I failed that first position. The point is, I'll pick up the pace. The point is, every graduate takes their act. Whenever there's an argument, your heart and your mind. Heart. The things that the heart can understand and feel, the mind cannot relate to. There are things that you feel, that you know in your heart of hearts, that's not logical, it's not practical, it's not realistic, but there's something in you that says, I can do this. You do what is easy. The life will be hard. If you do what is hard, life will be easy. People that are hungry are uncommon. Hungry have a vision of themselves when they leave here, leaving a legacy, not by ability. How do you get to that next level? You must learn to dominate. You cannot compete. Domination, not competition. Anybody can do this, folks. Anybody can do this. This is not about a college degree. This is about massive amounts of action. Whatever you think you're worth, if you're not sure of your own value, your own goals, and what you want, the world will never reward you of what you want, your value, and your goals. People that are hungry are willing to do the things today others won't do in order to have the things tomorrow others won't have. People that are hungry are relentless. People that are hungry are unstoppable. People that are hungry refuse to give up. I'm willing to make this happen. No excuse is acceptable. I'm going to do whatever it takes. I can do it. If anybody's ever done it at any point in time in history, it was possible for one, it's possible for me, and I'm going to do it. It's my time. It's possible. It's necessary. It's me. It's hard. It's worth it. I don't know. It seemed like yesterday when I was a little kid on the block. Now it's 68. I'm old. My mother, remember the first home I bought her home she saw. She didn't know I had planned to get that home. I purchased the home and I said, Mama, I think I know the people who live there. Then I'll stop in and say hello. I drove in and opened the door. She got out of Mom at that time around 76. She held my arm and we were walking towards the house. We got to the door. And I couldn't hold it anymore. I reached in my pocket and took the key out and I put it in the door. This is your home. Mama, I bought this for you. I pushed it open. She stuck her head in the door. She said, anybody home? I said, no, Mama. Nobody's here. This is yours. If you want to think bad about to go out, fight. The work day and night. Give up your time, your peace, and your sleep. For all that you dream and scheme about. Life seems useless and worthless without it. And if you try to sweat for it, and fret for it, and plan for it, and lose all your terror on the opposition for it, and if you simply go after that thing that you want with all of your capacity, confidence and stern for tenacity. Help of God.
Good morning. Good morning, all. If you can hear me, let me have your yes, please, so that we can start off. Good morning. If you can hear me, please let me have your yes so that we can start off, please. Good morning. Welcome to Plan Your Trade, Trade Your Plan Daily Forex Review with Great White. Good morning, all. Thank you all for coming. Good morning. Let me have your yes, please, so that we can start off. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you all for coming. Okay, let's start off. As always, I would like you to go through this so that it's a disclaimer so that you have an idea of what you're getting into. If you have any questions, this is my Telegram handle, and this is my Telegram handle. A G is a capital G. This is my Telegram handle, and this is my Twitter handle. If you have any questions, I will be glad to answer them. So that's out of the way. Today being Tuesday, the 2nd of April, overnight we had the Australian building approvals and the most important, the Republic Bank of Australia rate statement, the cash statement, and I think we're expecting annual budget release by 9:30 a.m. That's local time. Then by 1:30 p.m. we have core durable US dollar core durable goods orders. Then a minor impact news at almost at the same time. Then overnight on April we have 1:30 a.m. for those that trade Aussie related pairs. So these are the major news release we have today. The major being coming up by this Australia by 9:30 and the USD by 1:30 p.m. So that out of the way, we go over to our chart. So looking at our chart from a daily point of view, like I said yesterday, like I've been saying, the dollar index might be playing an head and shoulder. The right part is still forming. The right part of the shoulder is still playing out. So knowing that, I go down to my intraday chart. Presently, the dollar index is at a resistance area. As it has broken this trend line, but it's currently at a resistance area. So what might most likely happen, like this support is still standing, which means that there's a potential that price could try to break above 97.44. A move above 97.44 might send price high to retest 97.62, 97.71 area. A move above 97.71 will invalidate the head and shoulder pattern that is playing out on the daily. So for now, that is it. The dollar is still having a bit of a strength after having broken this trend line. So it might still continue to the top side, but the deal there is, if you look at the close of yesterday, the close of yesterday was an indecision climb. The close of yesterday was an indecision climb. So next pair we'll be looking at is gold. Looking at gold from a daily point of view, a close bearish yesterday, which still points to the fact that it may still go down a bit. It may still have a bit of a drop into this 120, into 1228 area to 1280 area. But on the daily, we have this rising trend line here. So there is a potential that there is a possibility that price may come in here. If we find support, it may move back up. Because if you observe, this trend line is also, it has a static support nestled above it. So price may dip into here and bounce back up. And as you can see, it seems as if gold has its own head and shoulders pattern on the day. Let me see if I can pull up the two. Okay, this is it. This is here. This is here. 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 Like that. Here. I think this. I don't think I got it. I do not think I got it. Left shoulder. It looks like, but it's not so clear. It looks like because that this neckline didn't come down. It's not looking so clean. Let me see if I can try it. Here, left shoulder. Head. I think this should be not so clear, but more like this should be it. Not so clear, but it's looking like a head and shoulders pattern. If you look at, this is the left shoulder, head, and right shoulder. So price might be testing the neckline now. If it fails to go below this neckline, there's a high possibility that gold may bounce back up. So that's out of the way. I move over. That's gold from a daily view. On the intraday view, looking at it, gold, like I said, we have that support trend line on gold running in from this low up to this place. So that's where on the intraday chart, this is where we have this trend line running in here. So the question now is, if gold comes down to this point, it's already above two levels of support, a trend line and a support zone. If gold comes into this area and finds support, there's a possibility it may run up to this area. So that is the present situation for gold. So as to gold support area, let me work this out well. Work this out well. Okay, here. Gold support area comes in between 1284 to 1281. So there's a potential that price may drop into that area. And if they find the right kind of bullish evidence, then it might move higher. So the next pair we'll be looking at is the USD CHF. Looking at the USD CHF, from the daily point of view, the daily candle for yesterday closed pretty bearish, pretty bullish as you can see. But it is still within the range of this bearish master candle. As you can see, it's playing, all this range has been within this candle's range. And the high of this range comes in at 1.000 1012. That's 1.0012. This candle has two levels of resistance within it. Let me mark them out. It has two levels of resistance within it. The first level, price is already at the first level. The first level is at 0.9992. It's more like a zone. more like a resistance zone, more like a resistance zone for this price now. So knowing that, we go down to our intraday chart. That zone I talked about is properly mapped out on the intraday chart. As you can see, price is at the lower end. Like yesterday, our preview was that price may price, like yesterday, I said if price breaks above this area, price may run up into this area. As you can see, price is already at that location on the 4 hour. Let me get rid of this. Let me get rid of this. Let me get rid of this. So now, what's the scenario or what's the game plan? Right now, price is pretty bullish, but you cannot buy at this location. Two things. This previous support, this previous resistance may turn out to play support. That's this area here. That is the area between 99.74 to 99.66. It may turn out to play resistance. It may turn out to play, sorry, it may turn out to play support. So what do we expect? This is what we're expecting here. Should price drop from this area into this location and find bullish evidence, then it may move higher into this area. But should price come into this place and fail to hold support here, this is what you would expect. Wait for a retest of this zone to play as resistance, then a short position to the downside might be engaged. So that is the scenario for the USD CHF for now. Because if you engage a long position, you'll be buying straight into resistance. There is no evidence to show that price is still moving higher for now. So the next pair I'll be looking at is Euro USD from a daily point of view. We need to see how the Euro USD closed yesterday. Looking at the Euro USD, closed pretty bearish. Price most likely might be coming down to 1.1186. This is where price may be coming down to. Price may try to spike down towards something like this low comes in here at 1176. We may see a spike below here to create a double bottom. So for now, the Euro USD is in a downward trend. It's in a downward trend. All you just have to do is know where to exit your short positions. So knowing that, I go down to my intraday chart. So for now, this is the support area. This is where the price is coming into. This is the support area. Let me use a horizontal line to mark the top box so that you all can see it. So this is the top zone, 1.1188, while the lower zone is 1.17, 1.1176. So there exists the potential that you can already see there's already a retest of this 1.1210, which is now serving as resistance. Price may drop into this area. There's a potential if price drops into this area and it holds that support, then it may move higher. But should price drop here and it fails to hold, wait for a retest and a move lower. You need to wait for a retest and a move lower towards 1.1134 to 1.1119. To succeed in trading, you need to learn to think in probabilities. If this doesn't happen, what next? So you just don't have a one-way traffic and a tunnel vision in your trading. So the next pair we'll be looking at is the GBP USD. Looking at the GBP USD from a daily point of view, excuse me, I used a fib yesterday on price, and as you can see, price just pulled up to the 50% and dropped. So let me get rid of this for now. From the daily close on the US GBP USD, this is a bearish. Even though the candle has a green body, the length of the upper wick shows that the sellers had pressure towards the end of the close. Which shows that we might see a move lower on this pair today. So the next pair will be looked. So we go down to the USD GBP USD on the daily. As you can see, this was our resistance zone of yesterday. Price just spiked above and it's now dropping back down. So now where will it most likely go to? A move below this low here, that's this low at 1.3032, will bring price down into this area. That is the area between 1.3005 and 1.2959. So if you see a move below this point, then you may see price down to this area. But should these areas have a support, then we may be seeing a move higher into this, a second retest of this area. So that is just the game plan for now on the GBP USD. So the next pair we'll be looking at is Euro GBP. Looking at the Euro GBP from a daily point of view, it closed a bit bearish, as you can see, closed a bit bearish, but it's kind of like ranging with lots of mixed signals. As you can see, this reversal pattern here is still holding. This morning star is still holding, which points to a potential of further up move. What price did, I believe, because this bullish candle is an anchor. Why is it an anchor? You can say it's a bullish engulfing to this side, but the fact that there was no further continuation to the upside, it now started as an anchor. As long as the open price on this bullish candle is still intact, price is still bullish in this scenario. So as you can see, they came very close to it, the buyers came in and they drove price back up, as is evident from the chart. So what is the next likely scenario for this pair? We go down to our intraday chart, drop to the 4-hour, and as we can see, there's a rising trend line. We have our resistance zone somewhere above here. That is 0.8631 to 0.8649. Should price move above this high here, or move above this high at 85.97, may send price high. For now, the 14 moving average at 0.86 on the 4-hour is giving the Euro GBP a bit of a pause for now. So might see a move higher. So a move above this high may see price come up towards this area. So if you have a long position, you should take note of this level, this falling trend line, and this resistance zone just above. So that is it for the GBP USD. The next pair we'll be looking at is the GBP CHF. So we'll look at the GBP CHF from the daily point of view. Look at this pair from the daily point of view. We have what looks like a morning star formation in play. As you can see, this is a bullish engulfing. The first reversal signal, it was rejected. Price yesterday closed pretty bullish, which points to the fact that what we might be seeing is a bit of a pullback before a move higher on this pair. So, knowing that, how do we play this out on the intraday basis? We go down to our intraday chart and drop down to the 4-hour, and as you can see, price was short of our resistance zone, but it's currently at a support level. So should this support, that's this low here, as it should price stay above this low at 1.3018, that's this last 4-hour low, then we may see price move higher. Should price stay above, we may see price do this to probably test this trend line. Should it fail at this trend line, then it may come down. But should it move above this trend line and retest it, then it may move higher into this area. So for now, price may be trying to do a bit of a drop before it move higher on the GBP CHF. As you can see, seems to have created a double bottom kind of situation here. So this might be a bit of a correction. So knowing that you could take your fee from this low to the already created high and watch. As you can see, price is already reacting from the 50%. You can see it here. Price is already reacting from the 50%. So there exists a potential that price may from here move higher on the GBP CHF. 50% is already holding price. As long as price does not go below 1.3018, it may still go higher. But a move below 1.3018 will send price lower. So the next pair we'll be looking at is the AUD USD. Looking at the AUD USD from a daily point of view, yesterday's candle closed bearish like a doji. Not much. The Euro AUD USD is not one of my favorite pairs. Can be a bit sluggish. So as you can see yesterday, this was our resistance zone. As you can see, twice it rejected price, and after that, price came down. So where is price now? Price is heading into this support area here. So price is heading into this support area. Should this support area hold, and where is this support area? The support area is between 0.7068 and 0.7056. So that's where price is heading into now. Should price come into here and find support, there exists the potential that price may move a bit higher. But for now, as you can see, this area, whenever price comes into that area, it always finds buyers. So after that, the next area comes in at 0.7049 to 0.7041. Those are the next two levels of support on the AUD USD. So the next pair I'll be moving over to is the USD JPY. Looking at the USD JPY from a daily point of view, it closed bullish, as you can see, closed bullish, breaking this secondary trend line here. So what do we do with this knowledge? We go down to our intraday chart, drop down to the 4-hour. So as you can see, this is our first support area. That comes in between 11127 and 11116. As long as this level of support holds, there exists the potential that the USD JPY may attack this primary trend line. A move above it, it has another support resistance zone between 11162 and 11169. So what do we do? Price may drop into this zone. That you may see price do this. If price drops into here and finds support, then you look for bullish evidence to buy towards this trend line. Or you wait for a break above this trend line, a retest, and a move higher towards this area. That is the game plan for the USD JPY. The next pair we'll be looking at is the Euro JPY. Looking at the Euro JPY from a daily point of view, well, closed bullish seems to have gapped up, closed bullish. So go down to our intraday chart on the 4-hour. So going into the 4-hour, there's something pretty obvious here. We have a resistance zone between 124.76 and 125. So this is our first level of support here. The first level of support comes in at this low here, 124.56. As long as price stays above this level, there is a potential that price might likely still move higher. As long as price stays above this level, 124.56, price may move higher. But you should note something. There is a sort of a double bottom formation here, which means that a move above 125.01 will likely send price towards 125.75. So this is what you might be watching out for. If this 124.56 holds as support, price may move higher. But should price come there and break, wait for a retest of 124.56, then a move lower might occur. So this is the possible scenario on this pair. So the next pair we'll be looking at is GBP JPY. Looking at the GBP JPY daily point of view, close. If you notice, the GBP JPY has the same formation as the GBP CHF on a daily close. You see, morning star formation. With this Brexit issue hanging overhead, I just don't know. So what I'll just do is I go down to my intraday chart, because that's the best way to play this. In order not to run into troubled waters, I go down to my intraday chart. When I go down to my intraday chart, I drop to my 4. As you can see, price came into our resistance zone of yesterday and dropped. So where is price now? Price is at 145.08. As long as price stays above this 145.08, it has the potential, excuse me, it has the potential to still move higher. But a move below 145.08 may send price down to this trend line. So this is what you'll be expecting. Should this level hold, price may move up. Should this level fail, wait for a retest. If it plays out as resistance, then a short position down might be open. The next pair we'll be looking at is the Euro AUD. Looking at the Euro AUD from the daily point of view, this trend line is magical. So I just don't know what they did there. I think I'm supposed to even remove it. Let me get rid of it. So price found support here. It's just spiked below 157.25. That's on the daily point of view. We drop down to our intraday view, and as you can see, price spiked down. This is stop point below 157.38 and then moved back up. It has now broken this trend line. So what do you expect here? The first level of resistance is coming in at this point. This is where your first level of resistance is coming in. Your first level of resistance is coming in at 1.56, 1.5863. And your next level of resistance is coming in at this area. Excuse me, sorry. The next level of resistance is coming in here. That is between 158.99 to 159.21. So if price clears this 158.63, it may move up here. So this is how you play this. Price may run up here. If it finds resistance, it will come down, retest this level, then move higher. Or it may break through here straight and run up into this place, then drop to test here support, then try to move higher. So this is the plausible situation for play on the Euro AUD. Then the next pair we'll be looking at is the GBP AUD. Looking at the GBP AUD from the daily point of view, it closed, let me get rid of this. It closed as a bullish engulfing candle, as you can see, kind of like bullish. But not fully. I'll call this pretty close bullish. I don't have a name to give this for now. So I go down to the intraday chart. Looking at the intraday chart, that is where we now have a bit of a dilemma. This trend line running from here up, as you can see. price broke below. So what we might be seeing is a retest of this trend line. And should this retest, should they fail to break above it, should this trend line area serve as resistance, there exists a potential that price may drop back down. And if price starts to drop down, where will it drop down to? The first level of support, comes in at this area. The first level of support comes in at 1.8337. For now, let me get rid of this. For now, that seems to be the first, because as you can see, although this last 4 hours closed as a bullish engulfing, price needs to clear this trend line to be bullish. As long as it doesn't close above this trend line, there exists a potential that price may drop lower. So the next pair I'll be looking at is the USD card. Looking at the USD card from the daily point of view, closed bearish yesterday, but into a support area. So I go down to my intraday chart. I look at it from the 4-hour point of view. These are some of the things I do notice. This level, I don't have it here. That's 1.3302. So let me drop it here. 1.3302. 1.02. So that comes in here. So as you can see, that's where price found support from. And it has a morning star formation. It's a bullish formation. What does that tell us? There is a potential that price may run up into this area here. The price may run up into this area. That area comes in between 1.33, 1.3353, and 1.3375. Because price has not tested this neckline here. So there exists a potential that you may see a deep move into this area and then a move lower if this area holds as resistance. If this area does not hold as resistance, that's this area here, if it fails to hold as resistance, then price may move higher to test this top trend line. So the next pair I'll be looking at is the GBP card. Looking at the GBP card from the daily point of view, I'm almost out of time. Price yesterday closed, looks like a bullish close, but it is in fact a bearish close due to the long upper wick. So I go down to my 4-hour chart. If I go down to my 4-hour chart from an intraday point of view, I seem to have what looks like a double bottom, as you can see, off this support at 1.7356. So should this level hold as support, price may move higher to test this trend line. This trend line here. Price may try to retest this trend line that it has broken. That is this trend line. So we may see price try to run up to retest it. So that is it for today. For the 2nd of April 2019, I thank you all for coming and wish you all a beautiful trading day. Thank you.